What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Air Therapist channel. My name is Eddie. We've all been here. You get into an argument, the way it started isn't the way it began. And all of a sudden, you're arguing about things that are not even relevant to the original idea. And you don't know how to get out of it. And all of a sudden, one argument and discussion that you had turned into something that you didn't want it to become. Well, today I'm going to reveal to you the number one mistake couples, friends, and everyone makes when it comes to these types of arguments. And I call them ping pong arguments.
Will you be right?
All right, so everyone's probably wondering, well, what's a ping pong argument? What are you talking about? There's fancier things to label a ping pong argument, but I found when I'm helping people, they don't remember the fancy terms. So I like to associate with something playful like ping pong. And when you associate it with something serious, it kind of makes it kind of ridiculous. That's called an association to anchor down that feeling to identify, uh-oh, we're going into a ping pong argument. This is not good. All right, so let's set some ground rules or some ground information here. Arguments. Everyone thinks arguments are bad. Actually, they're not bad. In fact, it's probably a healthy sign if you can argue about things and discuss things with your partner and come up with a solution. The problem that people make all the time is they argue and then it goes into something different. Arguing towards a solution is healthy. If you are in a relationship and you haven't had an argument in now how many months or weeks or years, it's a dead relationship. It's over. I don't even know what's keeping it together, to be quite honest with you. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about today relationships that are engaged and want to grow. I'm going to give you a quick tip that can really help you avoid these types of conversations. So when you're having a discussion to try to solve something, you're going to have back and forths with your partner. Maybe your partner is saying, hey, you need to stop doing this because of this, right? And then you may come back with, well, what's bothering you about it, et cetera. And you go back and forth. But it's a back and forth towards a solution. Something happens when the energy gets a little too hot. Then the individuals go to an emotional argument I like to call ping pong. Back and forth. And it's not even about the original thing. Signs that you're in a ping pong argument as you're bringing things from the past towards the discussion. And all of a sudden, you bring something from the past, and now they bring something from the past, and there it goes, the ping pong, back and forth and back and forth. So what you're engaged at that moment, ladies and gentlemen, is a ping pong argument. Yes, it sounds silly, but you're going to remember it in your head. When you start engaging in ping pong arguments, you are arguing for ego, not for solution, for you, yourself. Well, remember when you did this, or remember when you did that, or remember 2 years ago, and ping pong. These arguments always end up bad. I've seen it even end up in this therapy room. And they all start ping pong arguing. I have to teach them at that very moment, hey, look, here's what's happening. You're going from an argument or a discussion you should be having to ping pong arguments, and you're cluttering the potential for a solution. So remember, guys, once you start getting that back and forth and you start bringing other things that aren't relevant to the discussion, mostly bringing things from the past, and it gets hot and heated, you're likely engaging in a ping pong argument, which is going to end up. So what's the solution to not get into ping pong arguments? Well, that's a more mature thing for people to identify, but I'm going to give you a solution on how to stop them. There's fancier terms to call these things, but I'm going to give you a simple thing. When you find yourself in a ping pong argument, you must stop. Let the person know, hey, you know what? We're discussing in a way that isn't helpful. Let's take a break and let's come back. But come back to the discussion. Don't leave it hanging, because that would be considered an unhealthy way to solve a problem or argument. Okay, that's all I got for you today. If you like the content, like and subscribe to the channel, and welcome to the channel. I look forward to bringing more material for you. And remember, ego isn't your amigo.